But he would.
Yeah, I just want to make sure it wasn't.
First line after.
That's what I thought.
Let's get over it. I decided to make it soft.
Well, I should have taken that.
It's a sweatshop out there.
That thing's not green anymore. Was it supposed to be green?
Hold on, enter Bluetooth, waiting for connection.
It's using the computer microphone.
Thought I had it on.
Is this it?
Our device. That's it.
Tonga, yeah.
Bluetooth connection succeeded.
Good? Yep. You're good. 6:30, let's call this meeting to order. Stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. All right. Any visitors who would like to address the council tonight?
Listen, a question, I'm going to call Gordon tomorrow. And we got that nice message that said they would credit our accounts. But if you're on automatic pay, I don't know if it gets done. So I've not seen a credit unless it's hidden somewhere that I haven't seen it. So I'll let you know when I find out.
Thank you.
I'll have my wife check that out too, because ours is the same way.
Well, then you can figure that out.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. I don't ever get a note. I have never gotten a bill that was less than the monthly amount, so.
Right.
I think my most recent bill was a negative $2,
Well, you got
Sweet.
lucky.
so. And that was just like last week.
Good for you.
I found it interesting that they could credit the whole route where they told us they couldn't do that, and we asked them to do that. And now in that text, it said they were going to do that.
Yeah, this is the first time we've gotten a text that said they're gonna do it.
Maybe it takes missing 10 times. before-
I guess, yeah, maybe,
Maybe I just missed the cycle.
yeah.
As long as you're talking about that, someone also sent an email wondering if we have options regarding recycling service, recycling. I don't know that we do. That will also include a trash service. Obviously, they work with each customer individually regarding recycling, but I wouldn't know of any other service, recycling services that we do that. We can certainly look into it for.
I don't know anything.
Anybody else? All right. Let's keep the meeting minutes, so let's go back to that.
last night. I make a motion to accept the meeting minutes for January 6th, 2026.
I'll second that.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Unanimous vote. All right. Are we doing anything on the warrants? Ditch tonight?
I would say, has everybody reviewed it? I would like to talk financials with Katie a little bit to see where we stand and where we're aligned with that stuff. So if you, we'll probably do something with the next one.
They're gonna look at the other project too. right?
Yeah,
The Wallford?
Wallford Street.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Table that till next month.
Okay, Katie?
However, certificate of appointment for the redevelopment commission. 2026.
So I have this form in front of me. Is there a form for the rest of them, or
No,
you just
just
appoint?
the redevelopment commission attorney provided just this one form where the council president will appoint 3 of our RDC members, and then the rest of the council will appoint 2. I guess we'll see.
And Katie, you said the school board rep will
Will be appointed in December.
in the summer.
We will send up a motion. So Carl has this form to sign, but the other 2 with the rest of the council do. So they make a motion for that.
Yeah. So is he gonna fill out the 3 of them?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, no. Just make a motion for the other 2.
Who are you appointing?
I was gonna just appoint the other 3, so
Okay.
you guys can pick.
I vote that we appoint Jeff Krusenfaus and Matt Moyer to join the RD, or to continue on the RDC board.
Second that.
We got a motion and a second for Jeff and Matt. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Unanimous vote. Fill this up afterwards. So we can move on. All right, we have the interlocal agreement for the Humane Society. The amount of $7,260. Okay, you said this was the same as last year?
It is, yes.
They never did send it over any numbers.
Not yet.
When do you normally send them payment?
I believe in the agreement it says by April.
It says March 31st to second payment, June 30th.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, number 3 there.
Tim, how often do you normally have to call them?
This has been kind of, 2025 has been kind of in that sense, a slow year, to be honest with you. I mean, I can't think of, to be perfectly honest with you, the inquiries that we've had, people would either A, pick up a dog from the county, bring it into town and say, here you go. And what we do with those people is we say, hey, you can call the shelter, and wherever you live, they can come and pick the dog up. We've all of a sudden became keepers of all the surrounding area of loose animals and things. And we're kind of just putting our foot down saying, no, we just service the town of Waterloo, so we don't service Elkhart County. the cat keeper hasn't really had too many issues with cats here lately. Today was one of the first days where we got called on a cat, and again, it went into the business, and I said, they'll come and get it if you call. And that type of service has been happening more than we've been using our crates or our kennels for the animals to come and get them. So again, like I mentioned in years past, it's a service that, man, we are thankful that we have, as long as it doesn't go up tremendously, or you guys need to think of something different. But it's a service that if we didn't have it, I think we would miss it, because then we're putting them in a car and driving them over there. And I've heard horror stories about that, that you get over there and they say, we don't have any room. Then what do you do? So if you call them and they come and get them, then that's on them. But it's to answer your question, that it's been kind of a slower year than what we've experienced in the past.
I was just kind of curious.
Yeah, and then we always try to put on Facebook and say, does anybody know whose dog? And we've had great success with that. Where people say, hey, that's my dog. And they come and get it.
Move to accept.
I'll second that.
I got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Unanimous vote. All right, next we have the ordinance number 2026-2 for the door-to-door salesperson solicitors ordinance.
All right, so I gave everybody copies, plus then I also got it on the Google Drive. So there's a compare version there that just shows the changes that I made from last night, some cleanup changes, and then on page 4, subsection B2, I deleted burglary and robbery based upon Tim's comments, and those are felonies. And then the part about having the federal or state exempt persons from having to get a license, instead of adding it in the exempt person definition, I added it to 11.03A, and then a separate subsection at 111.03J. In that, to the extent that it's applicable or allowable, that those folks still have to comply with these provisions. They don't have to get a license, they don't have to pay the fee to cable providers because they've already got a franchise through the state. But they still have to comply with the basic regulations of door-to-door solicitation. If you have any questions, answer those. I went over it last night, so then I've got a clean version there that for your consideration.
You mentioned last night about a advertising time frame on that.
Yes, since this ordinance imposes a penalty, then Katie has to publish it pursuant to Indiana Code 5-3, and then it doesn't become effective until 30 days after that.
And that has to be adopted first and then it can be
Correct,
published.
yes. Adopt the ordinance, publish it 30 days after the publication becomes effective.
Can I ask a quick question on that? Is there a time limit? Can they come out at 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, and knock on doors? Or
9 to 5 on business days.
Okay.
Business days are any days that are not Saturday or Sunday or legal holidays in Indiana.
Okay.
And you can still ask them to leave.
For
sure.
I know we brought this up before for the solicitors.
if, like, our park, the mobile home park has the sign in the front, no solicitors. So, and we were having a lot of issues with them coming anyway. So is there any kind of wording in there for if they go somewhere that it's posted not to, that there's some kind of penalty?
It's the same, I mean, it's the same thing as before with that sign, they're not supposed to solicit, so then technically they're in violation of this ordinance. And,
Like the September.
yes.
Do anyway.
They like to defer to Tim.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's a specific provision in this ordinance that it does not limit that they have to comply with those types of signs.
It talks about private property, they're not allowed to go there as well, so.
Private property, I like that. Okay, thank you.
You still want to put this back till next month?
That is up to you guys.
You guys want more time to look at it? You're ready to move forward with it?
This would technically be the first reading of it.
Yeah, so do you want to make a motion to pass on this first reading, gotta suspend the rules first?
I make a motion that we suspend the rules and adopt this on the first reading.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to suspend the rules. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Unanimous vote.
Good try.
I need a motion.
And we
So
said,
I'll make a motion that we accept ordinance number 26-2.
Second.
got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous vote.
More than one copy.
Hey, you got copious copies.
Now,
I was gonna say, I can't get my mom.
We'll lose track of what's getting signed.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm sure it's the right one. You got one.
I think it was that. Maybe it was.
Katie, anything else?
That's it.
All right. Next we have ELZ water treatment plant pay app number 17. In the amount of $41,451. This is for let's see, between 1213 and 116. Yep.
Move to accept app 17.
I'll second it.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous vote. Next, we have our Yoder water treatment pay app number 15 in the amount of $525,398.29. This is for services rendered the same time frame.
Move to accept app 15.
I'll second it.
I got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous vote.
So the first thing I want to bring up is the JPR submittal, or submitted engineering services, the wastewater lagoons and the water treatment plant, both, for the booster station, sorry. The wastewater treatment facility, we're trying to extend the longevity of it, and has some critical needs that are happening with it. And the RDC has funded the first phase of the repairs to the lagoons. So I'd like to ask permission for you guys to approve me to sign the engineering services agreement with JPR for the wastewater ponds for $67,000.
Move to accept.
I'll second it.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous vote.
So the second one is the water booster station, converting the old water treatment plant into a booster station to feed the soon-to-be South District. This is the engineering services agreement for that through JPR as well for $61,000. You guys would give me permission to sign this agreement and proceed with the engineering services.
Much needed. Move to accept.
Second it.
I got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous vote.
The next thing I have is the fire truck is in retirement mode. We need to get rid of it. It's become unsafe. We'd like to replace it with a universal piece of equipment that will serve more purposes than just elevating us to higher levels. It has a Bobcat telehandler. The total amount of $123,071.09. Through Bobcat of Warsaw. It's a Sourcewell bid, and they do have municipal discounts in there as well. We would then ask permission, this is granted, to declare the old ladder truck surplus equipment and do away with the power sealed bids on it. So, as is.
Do they have one of these telehandlers in stock?
That's about 6 weeks. So,
I move to accept the Bobcat telehandler quote.
Second that.
I got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Do we need to accept that with the snow box?
yeah, with the snow box as well. So the total of 122,000.
Get the snow box added to it.
I got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Sorry. Opposed? Okay, unanimous vote, sorry.
And then can we go ahead and declare the 1974 Ford Pierce ladder truck as surplus equipment to be sold as a sealed bid as is.
So moved.
Second it.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous vote.
Okay. Last thing I wanted to touch on is the pole line generator. It is a 75 kilowatt 3-phase generator, but it doesn't match up for what we need. We're looking for 480. It can only do 230 for volts. So it's obsolete for what we need. So really like for you guys to kind of give me some direction on what you guys want to do with it when we're ready to. At that point, we're looking probably about less than 2 months out before it's not needed. So any direction, if you want more time to think about it, just some direction would be great.
Talk with the guy that was here last night. There might be a place for it.
Okay.
That's what we do.
Can, the people that have been using it,
Yeah.
we have some conversations
Yeah.
there.
Okay. Perfect.
That's very beneficial for some fundraising in the community.
Yeah, it is.
If it could stay in the community, that would
Yep.
be a blessing.
How would you guys like me, if they're interested, how would you like me to proceed with that? At that point in time?
I wouldn't be opposed to, if you guys are okay with exploring the possible donation of said thing to an organization that's using it for the charities, you know.
No, I would agree with that.
Okay. I'm hoping to have some information at the March meeting, and I will give you guys kind of the directions of what we're thinking. That's okay? Okay. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Moving on to the police department.
The report has submitted. 9:15 this morning.
Ahead of schedule.
Ahead of schedule. That's all I've got. Does you have any questions about it?
So, yeah, we've talked about, we've been talking about pickleball, and we have our first meeting tomorrow evening. It will be here at 6:30. We've spent, again, a great deal of time working on this. We probably have 15 or so people that are very interested in participating in this committee. The first meeting is going to be purely informational and organizational, trying to come up with a game plan as to how to move forward on this particular project. And it was widely received. We had some active discussion at last month's work session, which I think was very helpful. It was very beneficial. But again, everyone that I reached out to, without question, there was no one who said, "Oh, I think this is the stupidest idea in the world." No one said that. Everyone's very excited about it. In fact, there's this buzz, quite frankly, going on about it. I did take the time to go out to the baseball diamonds today as well and see that they have indeed already moved on the large field. They moved that field back. They said they were going to move it back 40 feet. I think it's closer to 50 or 60 feet that they moved it back. So we should see some of our young types hitting more home runs, which is a cool thing. It looks great, but there's plenty of room out there for what we would like to see happen out there. The meeting tomorrow will focus on some parking to accommodate 6 pickleball courts and as many as 2 basketball courts, but we'll probably focus on 1. So if you're available and you know of anybody that would be interested, we already have like 15 people that are interested, and I think there are more who are showing interest. So we might even have to limit that number, but we'll make those decisions tomorrow evening. So it should be a good time of, quite honestly, fellowship and planning and moving ahead on pickleball, at least to determine what our next step should be. Any questions or comments on pickleball? Town hall, roof repair. We noticed more damage yet even this morning, especially in this room. We seem to be getting a lot of water penetration. I know a lot of it has to do with the fact that there's a significant snow load on top. It doesn't really have anywhere to go, so it just starts melting and then it finds the path of least resistance. But we actually have a tile in here that is disintegrating and falling onto the table. We have we have a roof contractor and then the contractor, a construction contractor, who's been working on numbers, and we should have more definitive numbers in the next couple of weeks, possibly, hopefully before the next meeting. I would like to get 2 more quotes regarding what it's going to cost to do the roof repair. It's going to be quite involved. They want to chase the water. It's currently being chased to the south. We want to chase the water to the north, move it to the north side of the building, accommodate it with a large, oversized industrial gutter, channel it to this gravel area out here to see, or to chase the water this direction. The product that I'm looking at right now is coming from, the first one we have is from a company called True Coat. It's got a 20-year guarantee on it with both the labor and the product itself. Highly recommended by several contractors who work in the construction industry. Probably the biggest one being Chad Martin. Speaks very highly of a company called True Coat. But we're looking for 2 more quotes on that as well. I am having some difficulty getting people who have the time or the wherewithal to approach a project like this. So I'm open to suggestions on that. I do have one other that's slated to be here in the middle of the month, sometime around the 18th. But a third one, I'm having difficulty finding somebody who's even willing to step up and say, hey, I'm going to crawl on Wonder Road and give you a quote. So just so you know that. But it is an ongoing, it's an ongoing problem. And I think we need to address it. If you just take the time to walk around town hall, look up the ceiling tile, you can see there's plenty of water penetration. So that's any questions or concerns, comments on that?
I can see that spot growing from last night to today from
Yes,
here.
I'm afraid something's going to fall by tomorrow. But it has grown and started shedding itself onto the table below. The quilt garden patio project, which is essentially the seating area, as we initially called it, that is gaining significant momentum and a lot of very, very interested attention from the Community Foundation and the Elkhart County Visitor and Conventions, the Elkhart County Convention and Visitors Bureau. And we're very excited about that. And we're about to a point where we can start publicizing that more. We're trying to consider every possible snafu and every possible objection to it. But with what we have so far, it's an exciting project. I think it will greatly enhance the downtown community. It will definitely play in strong favor to our car show, to the farmers market, to the Maple Syrup Festival, and other events that we have in the downtown corridor. So it's just a great way to create place and space for people to connect. It'll be great for kids, particularly as we address hopefully the 2027 park renovation as well, which we really want to make sure that we handle that correctly, because the whole reason for that is a pretty awesome reason, the reason that park even exists as it is right now. But we'd really like to see a tremendous amount of community involvement, everything from crowdfunding to helping put it all together and so on and so forth. So it's a fairly large task, and it's part of the Linger Longer initiative that will, it's probably at least the beginning stages through the end stages, 24 to 36 months is what I'm imagining it to be. So that's going very well. And we'll keep you guys posted and updated on that. Any questions or comments about that patio project? It's probably going to become the quilt garden. I'm imagining people will call it quilt garden patio. But it'll accommodate live entertainment, seating area for if you grab a cup of coffee or grab a sandwich. Hopefully when this place is done, you grab food there and you want to go outside, especially when the weather's around it. It would be a great place for getting together and enjoying our community. And making some headway also on some of the buildings in the downtown corridor that need some serious attention in terms of improvements. I did put together a letter that I submitted to Charlie. It's on Google Drive if you guys have had a chance to look at that, just regarding one business owner, but it's not just one. There's several properties that we really need to consider their state of blight and do something about it. It's affecting downtown businesses. Folks from the Business Coalition are concerned, council members are concerned. So we are addressing that and trying to move as delicately and professionally forward on that as we can. But I'll keep you posted on that as well. And I'm open to look under the Google Drive, any suggestions in terms of verbiage or anything that could possibly be said in some of those letters. That would be helpful. But that's all I have. Thank you.
One other thing, we did submit some numbers to the Marshall County EMA director for the snow disaster that was declared for our county, so I submitted that this morning.
The Elkhart County.
Sorry, Elkhart County.
I'm good for you, man.
Double dip, whole county.
I mean, if they want to throw money.
Right. Okay, sorry.
Some of our plowing drivers got lost in
Elkhart County. So that is submitted. So.
Okay. Rocco, anything?
I'd like to give a shout out to the police department, Tim and his crew, especially Officer Che Bailey. Was recently involved in a burglary in progress, which turned into a low-speed chase. And Che responded, was very quick to react there, and handled himself very, very well. Represented our town well. Kudos. Okay.
I have nothing.
Bill?
I want to thank the Public Works Department for all the snow and everything you removed. It's been quite a challenge and started off early. And, I am, that crazy groundhog says we've got 6 more weeks, so we'll see what he's. We'll
Challenge
see
accepted.
Yeah, we'll see if he's right. So.
I better fuel consumption up a little.
It's all usages.
It's all stuff.
Yeah, so thanks a lot.
The downtown corridor especially, you guys have done an amazing job. They have. Downtown. It's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff, but it's not.
I've heard good reports from the bus drivers too. I'm thankful.
I was in multiple towns in this county in one day, and Wakarusa stood out as the best.
I noticed that too on my way home.
Yeah.
I agree.
The guys have done a fantastic job, so.
That's some very detail-oriented people working downtown especially.
Yeah, but it all starts with the cops that make the first initial phone call, so we appreciate them for what they do. So.
It's easy.
It's snowing, it's not like, I want to get out here. But without them, we wouldn't have the head start, so we appreciate it.
Good. Good.
All right. Looks like the next council meeting is March 3rd, work session March 2nd.
The other thing we need to talk about is exec session meeting.
Oh, yes.
We have a conflict with that date, so we need to change it if we can.
So that was next Thursday
Yeah.
at 5 o'clock.
A later time won't work either for another one, so we need to,
Well,
won't, so we need to change that date.
To Wednesday or what they were doing.
It works for me.
so I think it should work for me.
So you want to go to 11th at 5?
Does that work for you? Katie? Randall?
I'll be out of town
Oh,
Wednesday, but
Works for me.
I can split my thoughts. Let's go talk together and let me know exactly more details what we're talking about. I know we talked about a little bit, but I can split my 2 cents or 3 cents.
Inflation is at least a nickel round.
Probably
right?
nickel.
Yeah.
I don't make the round number, I know
And
pennies.
these aren't being made anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, a lady did give me 2 full pennies back today. They must have excess.
Wow.
Some were floating around. I was totally shocked. Good. Good. With that, I make a motion that we pay the claims and adjourn the meeting.
Got a motion and a second to pay the claims and adjourn the meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous vote. See you all next month.
I've got a new person.
Good, how are you doing?